So I think it is time that Sarada learns about her clan. So if you've read chapter 80 of Boruto, and there will be spoilers here, so if you don't want to hear spoilers from the manga, just click off now. But if you've read chapter 80, you'll know that Boruto has left the village and Sasuke has gone with him, and they're basically going to train together. We're basically getting closer to the time skip, right? And Sarada is still in the village with Edia, and I'll tell you why this is important, because Edia has an ability where she can look into the past and see any events from when she was born till now. So she can look into the past and see the 4th Great Shinobi World War. She can look into the past and see some of Naruto's past, all that. She can basically review OG Naruto just by going back in time and reviewing past events, right? She can do that. So it's a really cool ability, and I think it's time that Sarada learns about her clan, because this is one glaring thing that I don't know if it's annoyed any of you guys, but it's annoyed me. I want to see her reaction to everything that happened with her clan, you know, with Itachi slaughtering the clan, all that. But I think even more, she needs to learn about her clan's history. So let's go all the way back to the Warring States period. If you remember, the Senju and the Uchiha were at war constantly, and then, as you know, as Madara and Hashirama grew up, they became respective leaders of their clans, and they battled for years and years and years and years, and then they formed Konoha. So Konoha was formed, and the Uchiha clan and the Senju clan came together, right? Perfect, right? Everybody's happy. But not Madara. Madara basically had a different way of doing stuff than Hashirama. Madara wanted to make all the clans submit to Konoha, whereas Hashirama was more diplomat. You know, he wanted to bargain with all the villagers when he gave them tail beasts, and he helped them out a bit, basically. You know, he was more of a calm guy, whereas Madara was like, look, we're keeping all the tail beasts. I'm sure that's what he would have said. We're keeping all the tail beasts. Konoha's the strongest. You guys will be under us. You listen to Konoha, right? So Madara was more doing stuff out of fear, whereas Hashirama was doing stuff more on agreements and negotiations and contracts and bonds, stuff like that, right? Then obviously Madara, he wasn't happy with where the Leaf Village was going. He felt like the Uchiha was basically being squashed down or being ruled by the Senju, and that became more true in Madara's mind when Hashirama became the Hokage, because now Senju is ruling over everyone, including the Uchiha. I can see where Madara was kind of coming from there, but Hashirama and Madara ended up fighting, and Madara ended up dying. So you guys remember all that. We don't really know a lot about what happened with the Uchiha clan after that, but we fast forward to the OG Naruto and we see stuff is worse with the Uchiha clan. You know, the planning a coup d'etat, and Shisui and then later Itachi were sent by Konoha to basically spy on the Uchiha, which they did constantly, spying on the Uchiha, making sure that if the coup d'etat was to happen, Konoha would know when it was happening, so they could basically stop that and make sure nothing happens to the village. Because if the Uchiha started attacking Konoha, if they blindsided Konoha and Konoha didn't know it was happening, I don't think Konoha would lose, but Konoha would have been very weak and would have been susceptible to other villagers attacking them, right? It would have just been easy, and Konoha, the most liked village, so it wouldn't surprise me if any villagers did attack Konoha, right? But keeping on topic, the coup d'etat, you know, Itachi and Shisui spy on the Uchiha clan, and Shisui had a plan to use his genjutsu on Itachi's dad Fugoku to basically sway the Uchiha into forgetting about the coup d'etat. And then Danzo poisoned Shisui, so that can't happen because Danzo didn't agree with that plan, and Danzo kind of the one the Uchiha clan gone anyway because he wanted the Uchiha's eyes for his white Zetsu arm. Shisui ends up dying, Itachi awakes his MS, and Itachi makes the decision to slaughter his whole clan to protect Sasuke. So here we go. So let's stop right now, right? Why do I think this is all important for Sarada to learn? Because I feel like she needs to learn about history, and it's like with anything, you know, it makes you kind of appreciate where you come from more, and it's just good to know knowledge about your history. You know, me being a black male, you know, I've researched my history constantly, you know, black history a lot, right? So I feel like it's just so important for Sarada to know this stuff. So after that, Itachi slaughters the whole clan, becomes a villain, and joins the Akatsuki, leaves Sasuke alive, tells Sasuke he needs to hate and he needs to feel hate, basically hate Itachi to get stronger. And then if we fast forward from that, Sasuke ends up killing Itachi and then finds out the truth about Itachi, and then we get the whole thing where Sasuke is basically going on a killing spree, going for Danzo, going for the Leaf Village, going for Naruto, going for Sakura as well, which I can't lie, I still love that part. And then we have the whole thing with Naruto and Sasuke Final Valley fight, and Sasuke redeems himself, right? But that's just a quick summary. I know there's more to the Uchiha clan history that I could go into in detail, but I feel like in order for Sarada to properly understand her dad and understand her own abilities and understand her clan, she needs to know this stuff, and I feel like Ada is the key to this. Now, what situation do I think this will happen in? I just feel like Ada one day, right? Maybe Sarada's in the village, and I'm guessing Ada will quickly figure out that Sarada is not under her control, and maybe Ada just decides to maybe break Sarada's spirit, or maybe she just wants to show Sarada about her history, but she goes, look Sarada, do you know the truth about your clan? Do you know what happened? And Sarada's gonna be like, no, because obviously they blocked it all off in Leaf Village library when she tried researching it, and she's gonna go, well, I'm gonna tell you everything about your clan, everything about your uncle, everything about your grandma and granddad, and everything about your dad. And I think now, while this is late overdue, and I really feel like this should have happened earlier on in the series, because I feel like when Sasuke and Sarada were getting to know each other, I feel like that would have been a perfect bridge between them, of Sarada learning about Sasuke's past to properly understand why he's not cold, but why it's hard for him to be a father figure, because Sasuke, while his dad was there, he never really felt that love from his dad. So I think it would have been a great thing for Sarada to properly understand her dad, and I do feel like they should have added this early into the series. But I feel like now that the time skip is coming up, I feel like this is the perfect time before the time skip to teach Sarada about her clan, so she can properly understand where she comes from, and also so she can properly understand her dad, understand Sakura. Now look, whether she tells Sarada about what happened between Sasuke and Sakura, I don't know. I don't think she should know about that personally, because that might more strain their relationship, but Sarada learning about her clan history needs to be a thing that happens. But look, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. You guys tell me if you agree with this. Tell me if you think Sarada should know about her clan history. Tell me if you think it's time. Tell me if you think they should do this before or after the time skip. Now, for me personally, I feel like it should be before the time skip, because after the time skip, it's going to be mostly focused on Boruto and Kawaki and, you know, the Ososukis and all that. So I feel like just cramming this, not cramming it, but adding this little thing in before the series ends would be really good for Sarada's character development. And also, I just feel like it's good to watch just to see her reaction to her clan's brutal history. But look, this has been Anime K, and peace. I'm out, and thank you for listening.